Andy, thanks for joining us. If you could, it'd be great if you could just tell us a bit about where you're from.
So I'm from England, but our company is a German-English company, and it's called BD4travel, and it's a personalization specialist for the travel industry.
And I know you work a lot with online travel agents. Can you talk a little bit about how the technology helps?
Yeah, the idea is very simple. In most shops, when you go in and you talk to someone, a lot of times they listen to you. And when you go in the next time, they understand what you wanted. On online travel shops, that doesn't happen. People go and people present you with the same offer day after day after day. So we listen to what the customer's doing on the site, track everything they do, build a profile of them, and then help the sites to adjust to address the individual rather than an average or a persona or a segment. We're really focusing on what's the intent of that person at that moment and how can we meet it.
And so what kind of impact can that have, or does it have?
Typically, it increases the conversion rate, it increases the shopping basket size, but most importantly, people are treated as individuals. Right. So we see there's a long-term brand benefit with nice side effects. You cut your costs, you increase your shopping basket, and you increase conversion.
And when it comes to personalization, how it might work for hoteliers as opposed to just the OTAs, what are the sort of the challenges or the opportunities working with hotels?
I think everyone wants to be treated as an individual, and the check-in process is usually not something that's very individualized at all. You've already given your details. As soon as you arrive, you've got to fill in the whole thing again. It's not as bad as car hire, but it's still pretty bad a lot of the time. The personalization of every part of the experience is very possible now, and there are some lovely little companies starting to pop up with great ideas. I think treating people as an individual is the only key in providing better travel service.
And can it, I mean, in terms of the hoteliers for whom personalization can have the most value, does it work all the way? Is it something independents can use, or is it better for groups?
I think it's easier for groups when you're looking at the selling experience because you've got a lot more data. But there's a lot of things that individuals can do to work out who's coming to the hotel, what kind of thing they might like, and just apply a bit of thought. It takes all of this, requires thought and preparation. And a lot of the time, my experience is travel companies don't really think about what their customers want.
Okay, so here we are, it's March 2016. How do you see sort of the future in terms of when hoteliers will start to adopt personalization and get value?
I think some of the moves that people are making, things like Konichi, using beacon technology to alert people when people are approaching, some of the photo recognition stuff. It's still quite embryonic, but I think this time next year there'll be some very good case studies.
Great, well thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure.